Hello everyone, welcome to this Definedge Guftagu series in which we talk to traders who have been in this market for a long time, and their experience is something which you cannot, nothing can substitute huge amount of experience in the market. Everyone knows that. And though we have good traders who are just barely few years old, anyone who has seen all cycles of the market, in fact, you must have seen some tweets from this gentleman, I'll introduce him. He's Sriram Balasubramaniam from Chennai, and he has been in the market since I think before 1990, if I am not wrong. Of course, we'll ask him, and he has his own trading firm in which he trades. I think in the last count, I think 40 systems or something. Of course, he'll clarify that. He also trades on his own account to a smaller degree. But very early in his career, he decided that he has to be a system trader because, in fact, in those days, system trading was not very popular as it is now. And he was very quick to realize that system trading is the way to go forward. And he also realized that it is going to be difficult for him to follow a system because of all the emotions which come into the mind. And he then decided to employ dealers, gave them the system, and said, just trade this in our account. And the dealers are doing nothing but following the systems. Of course, this is what I have been talking to him over the years. I know him for I think more than 15 years now. And any time, whenever we meet, the discussion just goes on and on and on. I mean, before we realize it is 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, and it can just go on. And there is such a wealth of experience there that I hope viewers get some benefit out of this small session with him. He's, of course, on Twitter as Ramination. In fact, that brings me to another question, which I'll welcome Sriram, and very nice of you to agree to this session with us today.
Thank you, AP. Thank you very much. They are very kind. These are very kind words. I bow my head to this. I think one thing is I have been in market before 1990. In fact, my earliest point in time that I should remember was in 1984 when I first subscribed to the convertible debentures of Premier Mills and Helicon Engineering. I don't know whether people are even aware of such kinds of issues. But then I had been an investor. And I became a broker, and then I quit broking and I became a trader. So these are the movements, and it happened. As an investor, I think I would have been there for about 5-6 years, and then after that I was smart enough to think that the broking can solve all my problems. So I became a broker. Then I compounded all my problems through broking. And probably sometime in 2010-11, I think we understood that broking is no longer a sensible profession to be in. So we moved away. I mean, in the sense that broking has an economic activity unless you think differently, like what Zerodha has done. So I moved away from that. We had like-minded persons who were with us in our board, who we quit, and we took a membership. Yes, we needed a trading membership. So we took a membership, but then the focus was not on broking, but it was more on trading. So it was in 1989 I came into broking business. At that time I started acting differently from being merely a passive investor. Until then I was a pure chartered accountant, an investor. We had good practice, so we were investing our monies. Our aim was to beat the FD interest. That's all that we were thinking. Those days, what we were seeing 12%, 13% FD interest those days. That was my main aim, was to beat that. So I will be given a capital in the partnership, and I will be beating that year over year. I will beat. Then sometime, as fate would have it, we thought that when this is such a good business wherein we see 40%, 50% returns and all that, why not move directly into that? So in 89, I partially moved into Coimbatore Share Trading House, as it was then called. The Coimbatore Stock Exchange was originally Coimbatore Share Trading House. I think all of you would have heard from me the story of my Coimbatore John.
Reliance.
Yeah, Reliance John. Not, I'm surprised that friends like even Prashant, they don't remember those stories. Though I have told this, told this.
No, no,
Uh,
I remember it very clearly. In fact, I tell it to so many people.
yeah. So I think in 91, after the episode that I narrated about Reliance, I thought it was whether it is good to move to Madras or to Bombay. Uh, then we
Hmm.
thought that Madras was much better because our kids can study. So that was the reason why I chose Madras rather than Bombay. So
One thing I wanted to ask you, was that Reliance episode a big game changer in your trading career?
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. See, it was merely a lesson learned for me those days, but not
Yeah.
fully learned. Not fully learned. See, if I had probably suffered sitting out of market, probably it would have been a greater lesson. But since the specific episode of Rajiv Gandhi assassination, it helped me in making some 10 lakhs or so in my thing. So that means that okay, I thought that I will not repeat my mistake, but then luck is with me. That's the understanding that I.
Yeah.
So I moved to Madras to eventually to take a membership. Those days we had to have a 2-year stint as an authorized assistant in Madras Stock Exchange.
Okay.
So I became an authorized assistant under one of the biggest firms in Madras at that time. At that time, I came across many friends who are still friends with me. And I think my office where I was apprenticing, it was an office which can trade in thousands and tens of thousands of Reliance, like nothing. So we are talking about 91. So you know the bull market had picked up.
Yeah.
Those days, I mean, I'm talking about 1991. I had a 1 crore portfolio with which I came into Madras. I could quote 10,000 Hindustan Motor buy sell. All those things I used to do.
So just I mean, side remark. You are one of those persons who have seen 2500 on the HFCL price on your screen. Of
I
course, there was no
have
screen that time, but
I have bought HFCL at 20 rupees, sold at 130 rupees, went short at about 1,000 rupees to 2,000 rupees. My office had gone short. My brother-in-law, my partner, my brother-in-law, he went short. And at 2,500, exactly at 2,500, we bought HFCL.
oh
2,500 rupees, exactly. It was Himachal Futuristics at that time. Uh,
yeah,
so he, so we bought well. We made all kinds of mistakes in our life. We have made all kinds of mistakes, and I
right,
think if somebody had not made a mistake and he says that he is moving on, well, he has not seen it yet. He is going to
right.
see it in days to come. He is going to see it. We depended on specific clients who defaulted. So we lost money because of clients, not necessarily because of us. We lost money because of that. So
Oh,
lessons are learned all through your life, and we all have come a bit. So that's the reason why I tell people don't come into this market thinking that you can double money, triple money, and all that. You come to this market, you think that you can make better than your fixed deposit return, and this business is under your control. And according to me, and I think my partner Mukesh also will vouchsafe for this particular statement of mine. According to us, I think this is one of the best markets because T plus two, your fate is fully sealed. If you want,
yeah,
if you want to quit this business, I can quit within a week's time, settling all these things. Not as a member, but as a trader, yes. As a trader, what it needs is about a week's time for you to wind up all things and get out of this whole thing and settle down in your life. Which business
correct,
can offer you? Which business can offer you this? Which business? There is no business,
absolutely.
and you can hear from me. I have been in all sorts of. all sorts. You cannot think of financing, yes. Leasing, yes. Chartered accountancy profession, yes. Textiles in as a textile as a commodity, yes. Textile auxiliaries, yes. Textile ancillaries, yes. Uh, you think of it, we had been in knitwear. I mean, your t-shirts and all that. We had a unit which used to separate to uh, Levi's, all sorts of things. We had a jewelry unit, yes. We had all sorts of businesses. We had gone through all those things. But one thing I can tell you, there is nothing uh, which we have gone through so much that today the way the SEBI is controlling things and it is assuring you of things, there is no business which can offer you a peace of mind like what we are in. This is
Right.
one of the most peaceful businesses that I have come across. I particularly in the last about 5 6 years, I think SEBI has done a
Yeah,
wonderful job.
actually, this peace of mind is something which I agree with. But provided you have the discipline, if you are indisciplined, then your peace is gone completely, isn't it?
That, that is within you to control. Correct. See,
Yeah.
the an exchange like NSCL, that is National Spot Exchange, is not within your capacity to control. Whereas
Right.
the all these things that we are talking about today is that whether the risk can be contained from your end. Up to what level you can contain? I think you can contain to about 98% of the levels of risk that you can contain. Yeah, 2%. So that brings us to this. Why we may took our own membership is what this is one of the reasons. We did not want to
Hmm.
be at the mercy of anybody else.
Right.
Whatever is being done, it is done by us. So that is the reason why we floated our own NSE membership and took the membership. In fact, we stopped trading in commodities, MCX, NCDEX, all those things we stopped because we have increasingly we have become afraid. Number one, increasingly we have
Hmm.
become tired of sitting down till 12 at night and then looking after our positions and then all those things we became tired. So we thought that okay, enough is enough. Morning 9 o'clock we start, my evening 3:30 we close, and then we all go and have a nice evening with the family. That's the way in which we. And you are asking about discipline. Well, it did not come so easily. I think uh, that's the reason why I tell to people that none of this level of sharing in the experience was there during our time.
Yes.
There were no persons who were telling us, look here, don't do this, don't leverage this much, the leverage will kill you. All those things nobody told. I mean, though I learned that leveraging part of it in my life, yes, in 91 I learned. But then we continued to trade half-assertedly, absolutely half-asserted. The trading was half-asserted. I think X phones up and tells that tomorrow global tele will go up, we will go and buy global tele. Day after tomorrow, see, absolutely no question of any verification from our end because we thought we were just like headless chicken running around without any guidance or anything. I think probably advent of internet is a real
Yeah.
boon to us. Therein, I think we all became our own masters, and I think the free use of internet and chartings that have come up, I think it's a phenomenal thing that has happened. I think the earliest charting that I used was I think if I remember right, the Metastock. The
Yeah.
earliest, I think Virat Tech supplied us the feed and all that.
Data.
So yeah, data was being supplied by them. We were doing. Those days, I had employed a person to look after charts. I did not do it myself. That was that again. It took time for us to get into that because those days they were only end of the day charts. They were not real time charts. They were end of the day
Yeah.
charts. So end of the day, he downloads, keeps it, and then we go and see. After I think Metastocks, I think we separate to that advanced get.
Yeah.
Uh, that guy he started thinking. I mean, I have talked to all these people. Probably the owners of the software itself, I would have talked. The advanced gate and all that. I know him. I know him as a person who had sing. I think he's I think brother of one of the MPs of Kerala. Uh,
Yeah.
I think I don't get immediately the name. I mean, he used to introduce. Okay, being a chartered accountant, we are having offices at Coimbatore, Kochi, and Calicut. We all had excellent connections. So whoever we want to, we can talk. There's no problem. So that was the kind of life that we had. So slowly we moved into looking into that. What is that? The other charts that we have, the end of the day charts. Primarily, we were into end of the day charts until about
Okay.
2006, 7 or so. We were only with end of the day charts. Post 2006, 7 only we became used to this real time charts and all that. Post 2008, yes, we were only with real time charts.
So when was the time you realized? I mean, before 2006, you were looking at end of day charts. So that time it was not system based, right? There was no specific system which you were trading.
No, nothing. See, basically, we were kind of what we were looking at a stochastic or an RSI based thing. So it gave a buy, it gave a sell, whatever it is, or probably a system which was designed by somebody. Advanced Gate says that it is a buy, so we'll be buying without knowing why we buy. What has gone into that his buy criterion, we will not know, but then we would have gone through that. Then blame our bad luck for seeing without much of an issue. But we knew that there is somewhere you can see that and learn from that. So slowly, I was disillusioned with advanced gate because I became slowly disillusioned with Elliott wave as a ready-made solution. Elliott
Yeah.
wave, Elliott wave is something that I read through in 2000, 2001. And I think Enron was a very big thing. During that period, during Enron crisis, I think I had once to travel to Tokyo. So when I
Okay.
was going to Tokyo in Hong Kong, in the airport, in the bookshop, I bought this book called At the Crest of Tidal Wave. This At the Crest of Tidal Wave is a book of Robert Prechter.
Yeah.
So yeah, the entire journey from Hong Kong to Tokyo, I was reading that book. Almost, I think I finished reading the book when I landed in.
Hmm.
So it was so nice. So I was so attracted to his Elliott wave. I went through Elliott wave, everything available. Probably I was a subscriber from 2001 December, January 2002 January. I was a subscriber to Elliott Wave International. So I was going through that, but slowly I found that, well, later on, Prechter comes back to tell you that time is the least reliable of the thing that he tells. Though
Yeah.
the form is paramount and price is a kind of approximate, time is the least reliable of the whole thing. So that was learned by me over a period of time. That whatever he says, you say that Dow Jones will hit 400 back. But I think I have been waiting for 20 years. I have not seen Dow Jones back at 400. So nothing of these things happen overnight. So that was sometime I was with the Elliott wave. I appreciated Elliott wave for the sheer predictive possibilities of Elliott wave. Really speaking, from 2007, I think we started trading on systems. At that time, I think we were trading with a system called. I think we were primarily using 15 minutes time frame at that time in 2007. We were doing a moving average crossover 10 period by 20 period EMA.
On 15 minutes.
On 15 minutes. 10
Yeah.
by 20. That was something that we were using. I think we were not caught by this fall of the market in 2008 January at all. I think market gave a sell much earlier than whatever
Yeah.
we may think whatever we may think that it was all of a sudden it happened and all that. Nothing of that sort. Market gave you a lot of notice. He said that I am going to sell off. Yes, we were 2-3 people inside the office. If I remember right, I think Mukesh's daughter was another person who was trading with systems. We were secularly short on market on the fateful day on 2008 January when the market went on to the downside circuit, the lower circuit.
Yes.
I think we were secularly short on market from the previous Friday itself. We were secularly short. Well, I was short on Urban Lloyd also. These things happened. Those days, Urban Lloyd was quoting 5,500 and all. That was the kind of Urban was trading. I think I was short on Jindal Steel. I think it was quoting at 14,000 levels. Somewhere around that it was quoting. Those were the heady days of the market in 2008. So that was when we started taking things seriously, and we were really impressed by the way in which we were given warning by the charts. We were really we thought that yes, this market can bring money to us. That was the whole lesson that we learned. Thereafter, I think over a period of next 2-3 years, we were very well settled and secured on thing. I think probably we would have met 10-11 period. I think that's when we would have met, despite the fact that we would have known each other for quite some time in Yahoo group. Despite that, I think in 10-11 we would have met. By that time, I think we were very clearly settled traders in that. I think we were doing this individually. All these things we were doing individually. In 2011-12, we sat down to discuss a lot of things among ourselves, some 4 of us. I said, why do all these things individually? What is the point of our doing all these things individually? 4 different offices, 4 different sets of people doing same thing, same matter. Why do we do it individually? So we discussed that. And probably in 2012, I think July, August, we floated our own company. That was an LLP. That was a limited liability partnership.
Yeah.
We floated in I think June, July, August 2012. I think we commenced our trading in 2012 September in a systematic fashion in an office, very clearly laying down rules. Rules will be very simple. System will be decided, and then the exposure will be decided. That is more important for us. The kind of leverage that we were taking, it will be very clearly defined. I don't think we ever crossed 2x as a leverage. I don't think we ever crossed from 2012 to 2021. We are trading. I don't think we ever crossed 2 times leverage. Probably very occasionally because of options. If you calculate, the leverage would have been more. Other than that, I think we were always trading less than 2. Any point in time, I think we would have been anywhere between 1.25 to 1.75. That's what our leverage would have been. And,
so that was the time you employed dealers, is it?
Yeah. See, all 4 of us were having individually offices, and individually we were having employees surplus. All 4 of us were having dealers who were looking after in our office. So what we did simply was we pooled in all those resources and started doing things in office. So that was the sensible decision making that we made, and I think it was I think it has stood us in good thing. So all these years we have seen. Today, probably if you see that we have one set of trading taking place in Madras, inside the Chennai area, will be taking trading. Another set of trading will be taking place near Pondicherry. So these are So the idea is that at any time, at any given point in time, anything happens. Anything can happen. You know very well in the market, anything can happen. You know very well that disaster can strike any place. So if NSE can trade with the disaster rescue site at one place, similarly we also should be capable of doing it. So all systems are capable of being traded in any of these places that we have our systems established. At
Right.
probably within 5 minutes, I think we can switch off in one place and go to the other site and start trading.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that we are doing. You are asking me how many systems. I think last we are doing about 4 time frames in 10 systems, so totally about 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my guess of 40 was right.
Yeah. So it is a 4 time frames in which we trade, and it's about 10 systems that we trade. Systems can vary from moving averages to momentum based or whatever your point and figures. I mean that was a revelation. Point and figures. You are saying. I mean probably in our offices we would have totally eliminated all other data providers and would have gone solely with Definedge. I think it was the wonderful move that you people have done. Excellent. Yeah.
So you're mostly into futures, or you also do options strategies, or just to
strategies
different.
business, strategies business involves discretion. So we don't want discretion to enter into our decision making
Right.
process. We have set of rules. The set of rules will be followed. So futures trading and options trading, but options also will be very clearly defined as a. It could be any number of the way in which options are being traded, but it will be options will be traded with charts. No question of you are taking a stand based on your existing futures position. You are taking hedging. Now all those things are totally rarely we will do, but then I think over a period we have found this is something that I think I have to share with all of you. Over a period, to be consistently trading with your existing systems are much superior than anything else. And over a period, another thing that we have found is there is nothing that can be better traded than that which is being traded in your own office. No person, it is not a reflection on the person's ability to give advice or anything like that. But no person's advice is superior to your trading systems and your expected profitability on this system. I
Right.
think if everything goes well and everything is done well, our systems are capable of giving 300% return on our invested capital. We don't want it. We don't really want that kind of money. What we need about 30%, 40% returns. So, if that is the case, let us limit our losses by reducing the leverage. That's what we have all felt.
Correct.
So, I think we are quite happy. I think we trade on stock futures, index futures, and options. Both the Nifty and Bank Nifty options, both the Nifty and Bank Nifty options. All of them we trade. We have a chosen list of stocks that we trade. We have a lot of. I think you can ask Mukesh probably. So he will be able to explain to you how this is being done. He will be able to. He is a person who does all those things. He manages.
Just coming to one thing which I have always discussed with a lot of people, and this is a widely debated topic. As per your, since you are so experienced, more than 30, 35 years, how much role does luck play into in your trading career?
Barring one occasion which I need to tell you about Rajiv Gandhi, whether it is a luck or not, it's something to be debated. Barring one such occasion, I don't think luck plays. I think you are disciplining yourself, your disciplined method of doing things, and your systems will stand you a lot better than luck. I have also heard about so many people talk about luck and all that. See, luck is what? Luck is your state of mind. That's what I will tell. If you are asking me
Yes.
whether you want your mind to be, yeah, that is needed for a person who is trading his own money. But in our office, we don't trade our money. We are not the persons who execute trades. So absolutely, the man who is doing the trade, he is devoid of any kind of emotion or attachment to what he is doing. For him, it is a job done. For him, it is something like you give him a vehicle, you give him an automobile, you say that please don't cross about 100 kilometers in your speed. You just take care of everything. So he's a driver who is driving the automobile. You provide him with the vehicle, you provide him with the petrol, you don't do anything, you just pay him salary, he just starts and reaches you to the destination. That's all that is required.
Basically, it means if you are disciplined in your, if you have a well set of rules, process, and discipline, then luck is not really doesn't come into the picture. But if you are not disciplined, then you have to solely rely on luck.
No, it is because you will be forced to blame on bad luck. You will also tell that there is a good luck that has played, that luck has deserted you. I mean, the story will normally be luck deserting you, because you will never like to accept that it is indiscipline. According to me, that is exactly what is needed for every trader. For every trader, first to learn to accept that it is you are doing it that has caused this loss. The day you are very surely entrenched that into your mind, that particular part of it, I think you will become a very good trader. If the results of the trade are because of you and you only, then you will know how to come out of that, because you are defining a problem. That the problem is yourself, so the solution is yourself to be found.
Absolutely, yeah.
You got you see, that's what I tell people. See, here the whole thing is that identifying a problem. The problem with all traders that I have come across is that impulsive behavior. We all tend to play impulsive. All of us. I mean, I'm not excluded. But what percentage of my trade is impulsive and what percentage is systematic is what defines me as between the success and the failure. If I am 90% impulsive, I am sure to fail. If I am only about 10% so from my total 90% profit, this 10% dent will be covered, it will be covered, and therefore I will be escaping and I will still be sensible. If I am becoming a 100% system-based trader, if I become, I think there is nothing like that. It's difficult, but then what I tell is that there is some charm required. No? So for you to show your ego. Ultimately, man is full of ego. So the expression of ego comes by wasting money. After all, you throw money about in a couple of days. You just one day you tip when you go to a hotel restaurant, you tip 10 rupees. Another day when you have made very good money, you tip him 100 rupees. So that kind of tipping is what you are losing money in the market. I mean, you are free to lose your money. There's nothing wrong, but define what exactly you can lose. That also is important. But by and large, I think luck does not play any role. Does not play any role at all. By and large.
Of course, that is another topic which we can discuss some other time, in terms of astrology and all that. Anyway, so coming back to actual trading, since you said you have been trading so many systems, if you can just explain one of the systems which you have traded quite a number of years and continuously on a regular basis. So if you can explain that, so maybe that can be some kind of takeaway for viewers.
Yeah, I think I have explained this also on Twitter many times. I think what I can show is this my thing on Bank Nifty, which was this system was given sometime in 2006-7 or 9-10 by Wish. I think you know him also. So he's also a chartered accountant who had been into trading. So this is something that he had given us at the end of the day trading. So I used to do it for quite some time. I used to do this for a longer period of time. When I used to sit for trading. Today I don't sit for trading. Today I'm probably my trading hours are very restricted. Today I think in fact I do trading on the go because I don't know where I am at any particular point of time. So what I do is I enter exit probably within about 15-20 minutes time. I think I will be entering and exiting. 95% of the days I will not have any carryover positions unless I'm unable to close my position between 2 and 3:30. I am outside the thing, so I am not able to think a position taken as for some reason it gets carried over. It may get carried over. Otherwise, normally I don't do trading at all. Trading is
so that is your personal trading. I mean the office trading, which you talked about, that will go on continuously.
There is an office trading in which our capital is pumped into a company and into an establishment, and we do that. In addition to that, all of us have got personal trading likes, which we try to experiment. We try to see whether I am right or not, or probably for what we call the chai pani ke liye. So something for that kind of trading still it goes on. That kind of thing that I have devised some thing purely intraday, in which I based purely pivot based system. There is nothing that will be it will be pivot based. But then I have added some masala to that by using stochastic indicators to that and start trading. But they will not in real sense. I don't think that they will be giving you a very great return or anything like that, because we limit ourselves. If totally, if 10% of my trading capital is got as a profit, it is fine. I think only about 10% of the total number of days I will get 10% of return. Otherwise, I will get 1% return or half a percent return or something like that will be there. So,
right.
but then I think this part of it I used to trade previously when I was trading regularly, when I was sitting before the terminal and trading. I think this chart. Are you able to see this chart now?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, this chart, I think probably this is 3/5 on a daily basis Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty being Bank Nifty, I think it is a bit difficult to trade. But then I think all those intraday businesses it has eliminated, and now this end of the day trading it helps you doing it. And I think it has done exceedingly well for the last so many years, including this year. It has done exceedingly well. Only thing is that whether we have the real confidence and real conviction to follow that and follow it. Unmindful of it has gone up already 1,500 points. Should I take the trade? All those questions you should avoid. You should take the trade and be with it. If you do that, I think that it is one of the best thing for any trader who comes into trade. Probably this is one of the best thing, because you have to be in the market between 3:15 and 3:30. Take a decision and then move away. I think there have been so many variations and variants of this whole thing being proposed by Wish. He says that trade two lots, one lot you as it crosses you close, or reverse. One lot you start doing it only at the end of the day. All those things, that's minor points which we can always, as a trader, we can take a decision on. But
that is tweaking a system.
Tweaking the system, using discretion inside the system. These are kind of a problem. But 90% of the time, what I see is that we are afraid to take the position at 350. That is the reason why we don't take position, because we think that after having been in sell and we are so sure that it is sell, that next day it moves up by 1,500 points and it comes into buy. We think that it has to come down. Well, it doesn't. Bank Nifty being Bank Nifty, it doesn't. That's the whole problem. People fail to take all trades. That's the reason why
that is the problem.
Many people have suffered on account of Bank Nifty end of the day trades. Otherwise, it is very good. I think this is being used by our friend Galrani, Shiva Galrani, in a different way which he uses on a weekly options on Bank Nifty. He is doing it. Well, you can do any number of variants. So long as you are disciplined, I think you will succeed. That's how I feel.
Yeah, actually, so what it boils down to is there is no system in the world which is the best system in the world. Any system which has given a good result, let's say over a period of 3 to 5 years, is a good system, provided you have the discipline to trade it as per the rules.
And your ability to withstand the drawdown.
Yeah, that is also important, of course, yes.
That's a very important element, I will feel. That before entering into any system trade, I think it is better that we determine, for the kind of leverage that we have got, what is the kind of drawdown that it can give. That's something that we need to necessarily look at. any system which keeps the drawdown to not more than 5% in any given year, I think that will make you feel you can sleep very well. So,
Yeah,
two things that
another thing which sorry, yeah, go ahead, please.
so what I feel is that you have to determine ahead of entering into any system trade. You have to go through the process of backtesting it for some period, and with some confidence you have to put your leg for put your foot forward to take trades and watch it. Not be afraid of that 1 or 2 months or 3 months, which I had been advising people. Within 3 months, don't come to the conclusion that your system is not trading. Unless and until
Yeah,
you trade fully about 12 to 15 months, you don't know. Once you have done a backtest for 8 years, and you come to trade and you determine within 2 months that the system is not working, that's totally foolish. I mean, that's
in
totally
fact,
foolish.
if I see the chart in front of me right now, I can make out that in the last 3 months it has given a lot of whipsaws.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
So, ultimately, whether it is going to give you a long sequential buy or a long sequential sell, we don't know. See, if we knew, then we won't be trading like this. We will put all our money into that and then make the trade get
yeah,
out. No, we don't do that. So basically, that this is something. Now, in the same thing, if you see the previous thing, if you see this, there are certain period wherein it has given you a very long dated from about October to December or January, it has continuously
yeah,
given you a position. So, see, that is how it
correct.
is. Markets are like that. Markets never move according to our wish. Markets move according to its own mechanics, and we have to adjust our trading pattern according to that. And that is why we develop a system wherein we don't depend on our smartness, because our smartness is exposed by the market. So let us not unnecessarily compete with the market to make ourselves fools. So better to follow these. And according to me, excepting probably this GAN and your Elliott wave, all other systems are merely follower systems.
Yeah,
Mere,
absolutely.
mere followers. They follow after the event. So
Correct.
be humble as a follower. So I think the market will give you enough. Markets has given us enough and more. I don't think any of us who are trading systems will complain. What we are trading as an organization right from September 2012. Come this September, I mean we are very near September. We are completing 9 years and entering into the 10th year. Uh, I don't think we went without profit in any year. 1 year probably because of our mistakes, and another year because of our greed. Uh, we we
Okay.
we tried to tweak certain systems which did not work for us. Otherwise, the last 3 4 years we have been in excess of 20%. Our returns have been in excess of 20%. And add to that, for your information, we have not crossed 2x as leverage. That is important.
Oh,
See,
okay.
if market gives you 8 times leverage and you do 2 times leverage, naturally there will be a gap. That gap we are willing to take. Otherwise we would have been in somewhere in the region of about 80%, 100%, which we are
Yeah, yeah,
we are. I don't think we can sleep well with that kind of position. I think we are very happy with that. Whatever that we have got today, we are very happy. I think anybody who does beyond 2x, they are exposing themselves, is what we feel. Not for nothing, SEBI has also fixed 2x as the maximum leverage
yeah,
possible for AIF3 category. So I think, I mean, I think you used to tell that, if I remember right, you used to tell Wells Wilder was not a fool to have determined the 14 RSI. He was not a fool. He would have gone through all those things. He would have done. When so why did he put the 14 RSI, not 10 RSI or 5 RSI? We don't know. But I think he's not a fool. So
exactly.
let
Yeah,
us, let us accept this as the normal thing. So 2x would have been the better minds would have told, they would have debated and come to this conclusion. So I feel that that's quite fine. That's absolutely a good thing.
Yeah, actually, so bottom line is, I mean, this is not anything about a specific trading system. It is any trading system, but what goes along with the trading system is the discipline, the leverage, the money management, the position sizing. So once you have that in control, there is nothing better than having a trading career. It doesn't affect you after 3:30 p.m. It doesn't affect your sleep. You don't worry about what Dow is doing, what SGX is doing, what Hang Seng is doing, and you just
Yeah.
come back at 9:15 and decide what is to be done. That is the beauty of this.
Even you need not come. Your office people should ensure your office people to come report due time, and then they should start their trading. Then only one thing that I will add to the whole thing: your money management, your system, your discipline, your leverage, all apart. I think a lot of people, lot of newcomers fail in one thing is that they're recording the book and
Oh yeah,
seeing the report. All of them in their mind think that they have made 5 rupees profit, 10 rupees profit, and they feel happy going away. Unless and until you take the whole thing, because you would have missed 4 trades, you'll be mind is normally capable of retaining good things, therefore it will only remember positive trades. So what I suggest is, please record, please see your daily broker statement,
in fact,
please see.
I remember you had talked to me about this. You have a very robust reporting system, right? With all the 40 systems that you trade, there is a report which comes to your email every evening, and you study
Absolutely.
it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. All the partners. Now we are 5 partners. We were originally 4. Now we are 5 partners. All of us go through the reports diligently. All of us think. All of us question. All of us discuss, debate in the next meeting. About the board meeting happens once in a while. The board meeting happens. We do discuss about the trading system. All of us are traders. All of us are in the market for what? I think all 4 of us put together, we will be in the market for more than about 120 years.
Okay.
So, there is no way that we can be taken for a ride or anything like that. That nobody
Yeah.
can. I mean, none of our office people can also goof up, or they cannot just cook the books to tell us the good stories only. No, we know very well how it could have happened. And top it all, there is always for us, Mr. Mukesh is there, who can take the whole load of seeing that. So the basic thing is that we record and we retrieve the information and we analyze and we debate the reports. We debate the trades that are taking place. I think
Yeah.
that is missing in many places. Uh, People, I mean, I'm not telling that a lot of systems may be good, but then ultimately, let's say that we do a 3-minute system. The system may show about 100 rupees profit, but then ultimately we will be seeing only about 40 rupees. In
Right.
between, there will be each trade, there will be a slippage, each trade there will be a transaction cost, each trade there is a brokerage. All things after that, stamp duty, all things after that, when you see the net position, you will imagine in your mind 100 rupees profit, whereas there will be only 40 rupees. You will be imagining in your mind only 40 rupees loss, where it will be only 100 rupees loss. So
Correct.
net to net, finally you will be seeing only about 60 rupees loss. So that is the problem that we tell people. That is exactly the problem we tell. Please don't get into that. Please go through your books. Please look into your reports on a daily basis. Please reconcile your broker account with your own reports at least once in a week, or if not possible, at least once in a month, you reconcile your books. Don't blame the broker. Blaming the broker should be the last thing that you should.
Yeah.
In every case, whether it is in the case of Carvi or it is a case of X, Y, Z, for all that Anugraha, how much long before that I told you about Anugraha? How much long before all these problems happened with regard to Anugraha broking? I think I would have discussed with
Yeah.
you at least about 4 years, 3 years, 4 years back. I mean, we see, because we were recording and we were comparing notes with him. We were seeing that there had been discrepancies. So when you see discrepancies, there are two ways you can do. One, you can go and fight with him. Another thing is you just close your phone and walk away.
Yeah, walk away. Yeah.
We did the latter. So there is no point in our discussing and trying to instill this thing. These things do happen in this market.
Okay, so now I think this was an excellent session. Of course, talking to you is always very interesting and always informative. There's always something new to learn. And I'm sure whoever has been, our viewers there'll be a lot of takeaways from this. Though it is a short session, but there is so much to learn. And of course, you can follow him on Twitter. His Twitter handle is Ramination. In fact, one last question: what is the background of this handle Raminations?
See, first three letters, I think that should be no problem, right?
Yeah.
That's part of my name. See, you know a word called rumination. Ruminate,
Yeah, I know.
ruminate. So you always think. I mean, lot of my responses, a lot of my thing will be after a lot of thought, and I always think that okay, he has told like this. Is it really so? Is it really so? I mean, I always think that whenever somebody becomes, that's the reason why you will always hear from me a quote. It is an unpopular opinion or unpopular view, because basically I feel that people do not think before writing a message on the Twitter. I mean, it's much easier to go about vomiting everything on the Twitter, but ultimately to say something that can be read by others and that can be, at least it will be useful, somewhat it will be useful to others when you are stating something. So the ruminations and the person who is telling that has made me bring the handle's name to Raminations. Previously, I used to have the handle only BHSPPT. That was my.
Yeah, I remember you had that BHPPT. Yes.
Then I moved into this because it is something that I want to tell this. That's what I thought. I want to tell my view. It is not a thing. I want to tell this as my view. That's how it came. I mean, probably people hear from me for a lot of what you call the opposing view. That's generally what I write. Despite us, I think you would have remembered when everybody was derading PR Sundar, who's a trader. I had found him to be perfectly honest gentleman, perfectly honest gentleman.
Yeah.
I mean, that he was leveraging. I mean, he doesn't do the leveraging without your knowledge. It is all with your knowledge he was leveraging. Who asked you to leverage? So, why I am telling is that it is very easy in this world. It is very easy to go with the tide because that will be easy. But to tell that, no, I'm sorry, I don't agree with that, is a different point of thing. So that's why I feel, and I like handles with. I like handles which are opposite my views. Many of the handles which I follow will have opposite views, so that I hear from them an opposite view. I hear from them that the other side, what the other side talks about. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we are coming to the end of the session, and thank you very much, Sriram, for accepting our invitation. And like I said, it will be the wealth of information that you have, and you are always willing to share. I can also tell viewers that in case you have any queries, you are free to ask him on Twitter, and he'll be very glad to answer them. And thank you once again, and we come to the end of this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.